are the people we should be very much beware of at this point in time. We need to be that your fellow brother is speaking the same language in you doesn't mean he means well for you, because from everything that senior citizen, sorry, you guys should pardon my manner, please. Let me salute every one of us here, please. I'm sorry for that. Greetings to everyone in their own political law. And that is what the Nigerian terrorist government, they told us, because too much desperation has made so many of our people to follow the wrong path, because they are so impatient. And the in-house enemy have been able to weaponize this gullibility in us to sway so many of us away from the right path, which is the reason why we are still fighting for Biafra till today. We should be patient. And have this desiring spirit to know someone that loves you, someone that cares for you, and someone that wants the best for you. And the Biafran Republic government in Nigeria have been able to prove themselves. Because the enemies, the accountability group of first one of Orabi Fulani and the accountability group of the second one of Mamadabu, they try to use reverse psychology on we the Biafran people. They told us that our charter and our bylaws are supreme. But when it came, or when it comes, when they are supposed to practice those things that are in our bylaws and in our charter, they try to use their own political constitution. And the reason why I always mention this political constitution is that, you know, when some people want to play game, instead of them to play according to the law, now they want to play according to their own agenda. So I termed it political. They are using their own political document, their own political law. And that is what the Nigerian terrorist government, that is what they are doing. That's what the politicians are doing. They go into office. Instead of them to follow the law, they start using their own party law to run the country. And that is why someone like Omoshomole can be able to come out and say, if you sin in PDP and come to APC, you are forgiven. Because the APC law forgives you, not the Nigerian law. Because the Nigerian law can never forgive a criminal, a corrupt politicians, but they are not following the law. And that is what these people wanted to do. Instead of them to follow the law, they are not telling us how they want us to behave, not the way our law, the Biafran Charter and the Biafran bylaws addressed us to behave in a particular time. Whenever we find ourselves in this, whenever we find ourselves being confronted by challenges, because whatever we have been passing through in this is there are challenges. We don't have problem, but what we have is challenges. Inability to reason, inability to decipher, inability to understand when somebody is trying to use reverse psychology on you. And we always put our reservations first because I love this person. And when that person is doing something wrong, instead of you to say, no, although I love you, but this thing that you're doing, I don't think I can continue with you. And come back to the right track. Even some of you that have even come to understand and realize that, yes, the Biafran Republic government in exile has been wrong all this while. Instead of you to come back and support your freedom, some of you are still feeling pompous. because of that selfish, that self-destructive spirit in every one of you. Instead of you to come back and start supporting your freedom. That's if truly many of you out there really needs this freedom. Or maybe many of you just want this freedom to using it to feed yourself, to feed your families. You want to use this freedom as a career, and whenever you see somebody that is so eager and determined to get this freedom, you will fight the person. The same way every one of you, some of you out there fought our supreme leader. Some of you out there still fought our prime minister. Some of you are still fighting our current prime minister, Mazi Oge Nkere. Some of you, the same template, the same thing. What happened during Mazi NNAMDI KANU, if you watch it closely, is the same thing that happened during the time of our former prime minister. It's still the same thing that is happening now again. Just follow, you see it. That is why I say the enemies have mastered our vulnerability and they have weaponized it against us. Some of you cannot look at it's the same thing. Even when our prime minister became this, everybody they were shouting that he's a criminal. Even some people today that are still criticizing our current APM, Oge Nkere, even still criticize our prime minister. But today they are the one telling the whole world that they are the best loved by our former prime minister. And some of you will still go and be listening to such people. Even the mad woman in France. We all have seen a video where our prime minister, our former prime minister, called her a sabo. Some of you will still go there and be listening to her. That is what the enemies are using against us, to manipulate us, to delay our freedom. Because sometimes some of us are too gullible. We lack comprehension. We lack understanding. And we need to stop it. We need to stop it. Sister Stella have, read out so many red flags of these people. And I want to read it. There's one she forgot. That one, let me mention that one. Maybe she forgot it. So many of these breakaway groups, that are trying to claim the glory that was achieved by the Biafran Republic government in exile, criticize this our current Prime Minister Mazi Oge Nkere regarding the lobbies that have been able to bring out this result. Every one of them now clamoring to take the glory of. They criticized it. They wanted to cut off the head of our current Prime Minister Mazi Oge Nkere. That he's wasting money. That he should bring that money, let them put it in defense. Why is he wasting money with Elias in Washington? But today, every one of them are trying to claim the glory. They have forgotten how they criticized, they insulted. They wanted to cut off the head of Mazi Oge Nkere when he was, standing his ground that no, we must maintain these lobbies because he has seen the green light that is coming out from Washington, D.C. And if we stop at that time, maybe by today, the United States of America will not be talking about Biafra today. They will not be talking about Christian genocide today. They will not be talking about dividing Nigeria today for us to have our freedom. And after seeing all this tremendous work that the Biafran Republic government in exile have been able to achieve, and also what the current prime minister have been able to achieve, some of you are still headbed typing rubbish on social medias. When I look at some of the comments, sometimes I just shake my head and say, are these people really Biafrans? Or are they intruders? Are they infiltrators that have come to infiltrate us to stop us from getting our freedom? But if you are one of those people, you need to stop. You need to stop. For us to fight this fight once and for all, so we can get our freedom. On the other side, they accuse our current Prime Minister Mazi Oge Nkere of killing all the whole Biafran defense forces, of destroying the defense of Biafra land. But today, they are now praising the Biafran defense forces, that they accuse the current prime minister of killing, but he safeguarded them. He was the only person looking after the affairs of the Biafran defense forces and the Biafran the defense of Biafra land, of which the testimonies are out there. Major General Gentle Yahoo have come out to give the testimony. Our triple general have come out and gave the testimony that it was only Oge Nkere that is looking after them after the detention and imprisonment of our former Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. Even recently, our triple general visited one of our programs, the African Continental Town Hall meeting, the last African Continental Town Hall meeting. He still came on Briggy platform to address Biafrans that every one of you should wake up and start supporting the Biafran Republic government in Texas, so we can be able to equip them to defend our land.
Yeah, they said that thing is AI, so that you address it too. They said it's a lie. That was AI. Ada said it, and they are sharing it.
You see, that is the problem. That is the problem. The Ada is not even my problem. My problem is Biafrans that will still go there, listening to those things and still come out to ask questions. The Mazi Success was the one that introduced and welcomed our triple general on that particular day. Okay, if that one is, I what of the one of the testimony of Major General Gentle Yahoo? What of General Gentle Yahoo? Is that one AI too? Come on, our people just need to wake up and ignore all these distractors. Ignore them. Focus. Everybody was shouting. Why will the Biafran people elect Mazi Oge Nkere as the new prime minister? Even those that are supposed to know better are still asking stupid questions. Nobody overthrew anybody. The law of Biafra took its course. It took its course. Because we are in a critical moment. Someone in detention cannot negotiate on your behalf. And somebody needs to negotiate his freedom before he can be able to negotiate for you. And that was what our former prime minister did. Without our former prime minister, by today, many of you would have forgotten about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If not because of what our former prime minister did. When everybody was saying, we wait for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out, he said, no, he will not wait. And he took that decision. He took that bold step, and that is why Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is still alive for every one of us here on earth today. I want every one of us to understand it was what Mazi Simon Ekpa did that kept Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not here now to reciprocate that for him, someone else needs to do it, and the next person is Mazi Oge Nkere. And he has been doing it, and he's still doing it. If Mazi Simon Ekpa waited for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to come out, will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu be alive today? I'm telling every one of you. But he was able to shake the Nigerian terrorist government the same way Mazi Oge Nkere is shaking the Nigerian terrorist government in Washington, D.C. today. These things are not rocket science. Follow this. Follow the template. Somebody needs to come in. Somebody needs to come in. Somebody needs to fill that vacuum. Because as a government and as a people, you don't need to allow a vacuum in your government to last for so long. We even allowed the vacuum to last for so long. 1 year and we allowed it. And Oge Nkere, the current Prime Minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile, we continue to fight for the release of NNAMDI KANU and also our former Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa. Because they need to come out. Just like how the ANC party fought for Mandela to be out before Mandela was able to negotiate. Mandela did not negotiate his release out. No, people did it for him. Mandela did not command, did not control, did not run the government from prison. People did it for him. I see so many people writing nonsense on comment section saying it is only our leader, NNAMDI KANU, and our former prime minister that are going to negotiate for the Biafran people. We don't know any other people. Who will not negotiate their freedom act from that place before they will be able to negotiate? Or won't they be out from that place before they can negotiate? Did Mandela negotiate from inside the prison? No. Mandela did not. Nobody negotiated. They have to bring him out to join the negotiation. And so many of you weaklings out there, men without balls, that only gossips. Many of you are out there in diaspora, in different countries. What impact are you making in regards of what the Biafran Republic government in exile is doing to liberate the Biafran people? What are you doing in your country of residence? Imam Madabu, that is in Switzerland, has he been able to take the cause of Biafra to the Switzerland government parliament? But he will come out and talk and talk and talk, and he will go inside and sleep. The so-called Chioma, the proper, what has she been able to do with her professorship? How many? If I, and they will come out, they are not doing anything. We know how we stood our ground when they were fighting for us to disregard our lobbies. Some of us, we contributed 1 AJ, some of us contributed 5. We stood our ground. Senior citizen Stella is here. She can testify to it. We were contributing for our freedom on daily basis, doing space donations and all other donations, in making sure we retain our lobbyists in Washington, D.C. But they kept gossiping. They tried to leak our classified documents to the Nigerian terrorist government. So the Nigerian government can be able to understand our weight as a people. So they can know how to double up their weapons to destroy the Biafran Defense Forces and destroy Biafra land, take it over and hand it over to their Fulani brothers from Futajalo. The way they have handed over the northern region and middle belt to the Fulani. And we all are seeing what is happening there. If not for the Biafran Republic government in exile and the de facto government, and this our present prime minister that stood his ground and said, no, we must make sure the defense of our land doesn't go down. He stood. He shouted. He cried. Instead of some people to see the pain in his eyes and helped him, they started criticizing him. Instead of you to do your job, you are looking at your boss face. What are you looking at? What do you want to get from there? Only gossip. They know how to gossip. They will gossip from now till tomorrow. Instead of them to do their job, they will not do their job. They seized our website, our donation website. They changed our donation website without informing the head of government, of which the present prime minister was the acting prime minister then, acting in the capacity of the prime minister. They did not inform them. They changed the donation website, started stealing the money of Biafrans just to collapse the movement. If not for the doggedness, the mental toughness of our current Prime Minister, Oge Nkere. By today, maybe we will not be here discussing Biafra. Maybe today, the American government will not be talking about Biafra. You will not be seeing the Biafra Republic government in on international media. The Nigerian terrorist government will not be paying $9 million to counter what the Biafra Republic government in exile and its lobbies in doing in Washington, D.C. But we have caged them. You can see what their so-called lobbies did with the New York Times, trying to change the narrative. Try to downplay the government of the president of the free world. I want to call him Mazi Donald Trump. I'm calling Mazi. He's Mazi. Mazi Donald Trump. They wanted to downplay his government policy. For striking terrorists, non-terrorists in Sokoto and in Zamfara state in Nigeria, terrorists that are killing Christians. The Christian genocide that is in the lips and mouth of everybody all around the world. They want to change the narrative, talking about the screwdriver. I don't. It's funny, but it's not that funny. So now we need to look inward within ourselves. If we really need this freedom, and if we really need this freedom, we need to come together as a people and ignore all these detractors that have nothing to offer. And support the Biafra Republic government in exile, ably led recently, now by no other person, His Excellency Mazi Oge Nkere. Whether you like it or whether you don't like it, you must support him. You must support him. Because what you are looking for is your freedom. You are not looking to get married to him or to make him your father. It's your freedom. All you need to be looking at is the job that he's doing and the result that is yielding. That should be your primary concern and your only priority for now. And it's not like every one of you out there that are accusing him, insulting him. Have any tangible evidence of all this, your false allegation against him? We've called so many of you to come out with your evidence. Come and show us your evidence. If there's any way you know that he has maybe siphoned the money of Biafrans, or maybe he's not working for Biafrans, or maybe he's selling classified information of the Biafran people to the come and tell us. Because if he's selling, or maybe he's not fighting the Nigerian terrorist government, the Nigerian government will not be paying $9 million. They will just ignore every one of us. If really and truly that some of these things so many of you are saying out there are true, the Nigerian terrorist government will not be paying the lobbyists $9 million to go and wipe their dirty annals in the international community. So, Biafrans, there are lots to talk about these people, but for me, they are not relevant. But sometimes it's good, for us to have this type of discussion so we can be able to refresh our mind and understand where we are coming from and where we are now. And understand that we don't need any distraction at this point in time. We all need to be focused. Everybody needs to support the current prime minister. Whether you are in diaspora, either you are in homeland, you need to, and you must support him, because there's nothing that you are saying that is making sense more than what is happening in the United States of America. There is nothing you're saying that is making sense more than that. And that should be your focus, because that's where your freedom lies. Not what you are talking. You are not saying anything. Or what if you are not saying anything. I'm telling you, you are not saying. Your focus should be there. How are we going to do in making sure that we strangulate the Nigerian government? We end Nigeria, so everybody in that contraction, we go and have a reasonable life. That is what you should be talking, and that is what every sensible Nigeria should. That is what they have to be talking about now. Because Nigeria can never be better. The Oyibos, they have seen it. You have seen it, but you are just deceiving yourself. Maybe because of your own personal interest or selfish interest. Maybe when your party enter, they will give you one small political post, and you continue distilling and also be deepening the wounds of the citizen. Because Nigeria is creating more corrupt people on daily basis. Every day they are creating more corrupt people. And the wound is deepening. How are you going to heal it? Where rule of law is not recognized. Only talk that you will talk, sir. They will look for your address. DSS will know your address. Maybe you are living inside one bush in Ebonyi State, or you are living inside one bush in Edo State. The DSS will know your location from Abuja. But the terrorists that are killing Christians on daily basis, they know their location, but they are not going there to apprehend them. And you are telling me that Nigeria is still a country. Nigeria is a state.
On the P2B,
and that is why it was designated as a country of particular concern. Go and look it up. When a country is being designated as a country of particular concern, that means that country is a failed state. It doesn't have the ability to protect the life and property of its citizens. So it needs help. And that is what the American government is doing. They are helping every one of you in that contraption. They are trying to save your life because they have seen that the terrorists have overtaken the government of Nigeria. The Nigerian government is a full terrorist organization. That is what I want to tell some of you out there. And you think you can defeat a terrorist? What do you want to? You want to use English to defeat terrorists? Are you mad?
Obi with Obi Ndara.
Are you not mad?
With Obi,
you want to use English? You want to use English?
Doctor. They want to use doctor to defend.
You want to use doctorate? You want to use a doctorate to defeat terrorists? He will blow up your head and feed your carcass to the vultures.
We are going to cut it now. This is 30 minutes to the program.
And when you see what we are doing,
we are bringing it back.
Continue. In destroying that terrorist caliphate of the Fulani Empire.
I see everybody sharing.
You open your dirty mouth and say we are troublemakers.